What's going on YouTube? So today's video we're gonna have a little bit of fun with this one here. This is gonna be a major reviewer collaboration, and yeah, I'm quite aware that I put a lot of these together. I'm pretty much the only guy that really puts these together. Guess I'm the only guy that can put Fragcom together, huh? Ha! Right. Yeah, this is not gonna be your typical video. This is not gonna be your most complimentary video. I don't do those anyways, but I do the hidden gems and our best fragrance for this season. But that's not what this video is going to be all about. People have told me in the past that I really don't talk about negative reviews. I do some, but not enough. And that some of the people on here really don't do any negative reviews at all. So today, we're going to spread a little bit of toxicity and a little bit of negativity because we're going to give you our worst fragrances in our collection. And just a little disclaimer, just because it's something that I hate does not mean that you're gonna hate. Some of these fragrances are loved by some people, so just take our choices with a grain of salt. So my first pick, and I got two, this is just, oh good God. This is Diesel's Only the Brave High. You pretty much have to be high in order to wear this. This is mint, ginger, citruses, and other notes. I generally really like that type of note breakdown, but this here is just, I don't know what went wrong. Maybe it's my skin, maybe it's the scent itself. But it's just, it's cloying, it's annoying, I don't want to say it's like douchebaggery, because I'm definitely a bit of a frat boy myself, but it just does not smell good at all. I wore this to bed one time, just because I wanted to wear a fragrance to bed, and I reached for this. My wife did not sleep at all that evening. It was embedded into the sheets. I smelled it the next night itself. So it was there for 24 hours. We ended up having to wash those sheets, and this is beast mode. Like when I put it on my skin, I get about 10 hours. So this is just way too much. And fragrance number two, this one is certainly loved by the niche snobs, but it's a designer scent. This is gonna be Gucci's Guilty Absolute. This is smoky, leathery, woody, animalistic. It's very masculine. Yet I think it's also marketed as a unisex fragrance. Okay. So if you like smoky, leathery, animalistic type of scents, this is something that you're gonna like. I generally don't like the darker scents. There are a few that I love, but this one, oh, absolutely not. My wife hates this one, and my dad does not like this one neither. Whenever I get my dad on camera, because I do some smell and rates with him, and he likes to have fun and dress up as a cowboy for entertainment. But my dad does live out in the country, and he does volunteer on a farm. He said that even the farm animals would kind of be turned off by this as well. So it really does say a lot. So those are my picks. Let's see who is next. You're next.
Hey, how's it going everyone? How's it going, Chad? Thank you for having me in this wonderful collab. Well, there is one fragrance in my collection that I'm not gonna say I hate it because it's too much of a heavy word, but I dislike it with passion, which is pretty much the same thing. And the fragrance that I dislike the most out of my entire collection has to be Arabian Nights from the house of JaScent. And I completely dislike this fragrance because it opens very sharp, overly sweet, overly synthetic, and cloying. And that, my friends, is not the worst part of it. The worst part of it comes during the dry down, when a very dirty, animalic, sweaty, greasy smell of goats comes to the surface. And that dirty smell, on top of that already sweet and cloying smell, it's not a good combination. So the fragrance that I dislike the most out of my entire collection, Arabian Nights from the house of JaScent. Thanks, Chad, again. Thank you, everyone, and I see you in the next video.
What's going on, guys? I'm Dan, this is Scent Waters, and thank you, Chad, for adding me onto this collab. Worst fragrance in my collection, that goes to Jean Paul Gaultier in the Navy. It's a very nice scent, nothing to complain about, other than the longevity, which is trash. It's pure BS. Coming from Jean Paul Gaultier, known for having longevity, beast mode fragrances, this one is trash on my skin. I expected more, especially for the dollar price. So, worst fragrance in my collection, Jean Paul Gaultier in the Navy. On to the next one.
Hey guys, Tina here, TheCriticalVirgo. Thank you, Chad, for asking me to be part of this very interesting collab. The worst fragrance in my collection that I have been hiding from you guys for over 2 years is going to be a surprise. It is from Swiss Arabian. Generally, I am a huge fan of this house, but this one I just cannot get down with. It is Rashika, predominantly rose, and again, I love rose fragrances. Should have been a huge hit with me. Not this one though. The powderiness is just a little too much for me. The aldehydes, it's just very mature. The green and the rose just does not sit well on my skin. From the second I spray this on, I just want to scrub it off. And Swiss Arabian fragrances are so powerful that even when you're scrubbing it off, it's still there. They just last. They cling to your skin. So it's a commitment that I forget about. And then when I spray it, I'm instantly reminded why I do not like it. Definitely not safe blind buy. Really hard to get your hands on to try it before you buy it, but it's $38. So if you're really curious, then go for it. But it's a huge pass from me. So now that you guys know my dirty little secret, maybe I can get rid of it. Maybe. I don't know. Hope you guys enjoyed this. On to the next person.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you, Chad, for having me on your channel again with this collaboration. We're going over the worst fragrance in our collection. This one, by far, is probably the worst fragrance I have ever smelled in my entire life. And I bought it. It was a blind buy. It comes from the house of Jeffrey Dame, and it's called Just Filthy. It is EDP concentration, if you care to know. But this one, I'm not even going to spray it. I don't want to spray this. If you haven't smelled this one, it's got like this aromatic citrus quality to it, but then it has a note porta potty. I know it's not necessarily in the notes, but that's what I get. It's got civet and it's got this fecal scent that combines with each other, and it just gives me a scent of a porta potty, and I don't like it. So it's like if you were to squeeze fresh citrus over the seat of a porta potty, it would probably smell something like this. This one's gonna get you some attention. I don't know necessarily good. It might be good if it's the right person, but it's gonna get you some attention. It's definitely gonna have you stand out. I do not like it. I have it just because, I mean, it was either keep it or toss it in the garbage, but yes, the worst fragrance in my collection. Again, this one's called Just Filthy.
G'day everyone, thanks for having me. Worst fragrance in my collection, by a long shot, is this Rain Tradition Fight Club Marines. Now there's watery notes, there's floral notes, there's woodsy notes. They tried making an aquatic fragrance mixed with a blue fragrance. It is disgusting, let me tell you that. Along with that, some genius there, where they were putting all these notes in there, he goes, let's chuck in tobacco. Tobacco, no way. That's why they designed this around a boxing glove, for that guy that decided to put tobacco in. Boom. He deserves an uppercut or two, I tell you what. Does not work. The only reason it's still here in my collection is because it's cool. It's a cool little fist, like the Muhammad Ali models, just a tenth of the price. Anyway, if you have a chance to get your nose on it, try it. You will be disappointed, just like me. Anyway, Fight Club Marines. Thanks, Chadstickle. See ya. Stay safe, y'all. And say good day to that beautiful mother of yours.
Salutations, hi, my name's Kristen from the channel Beauty Meow. Humongous thank you for having me be a part of this collab. If I had to choose a fragrance from my collection that was the worst, I'd probably choose the one from my collection that I found to be the most boring, in my opinion. And that would have to be Signorina from Salvador Ferragamo. This is the EDT, or the Eau de Toilette. It's not a bad fragrance, it performs really well, it smells fresh and feminine and nice, but I find it lacking in inspiration and creativity, and it doesn't have any part of it that shines above anything else. It's not overtly floral, it's not overtly bright, it's not overtly feminine, it just is average across the board. So normally I choose to wear something else more exciting, more inspiring, something I tend to be really anxious to wear, but there are times where I just want to smell meh. And on those days, I choose the Signorina from Salvador Ferragamo. Thank you so much for having me, and I look forward to what the next reviewer has to say. So on to the next person.
Hey everyone, Joe from NYC Fragrances here. I want to thank Chad for having me be part of this collaboration. So, the worst fragrance in my collection, you know, I don't even know how this got into my collection. I'm trying to think why it's in my collection and why I even tried to get a fragrance that smells like the two fragrances it's supposed to smell like. But the worst fragrance in my collection is Canon Perron. This is supposed to smell like Ralph Lauren chaps or High Karate, if you remember those old vintage fragrances. Chaps is fetching like $300 on eBay now. So I don't understand that, because I don't know, maybe I just don't remember what those smell like, but to me, this doesn't smell anything like those. And not that those were great fragrances in my opinion anyway, but this one is definitely the worst. It's like rancid, it's just sour, it's just not pleasant. And I've pretty much never worn it, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with this bottle, but it's the worst one in my collection. Thanks, Chad, again for having me in the video.
Hey, Chad, thanks for having me back after a couple weeks. I love my Bond number 9 Jones Beach, even though you don't love it. Now, the worst fragrance in my collection. Let me tell you, I love Afnan. The tribute line is, one is good and one is horrible. The black is very nice. The blue, I spoke to my man, Scott from 504 Man Fragrance Reviews. He says, dude, it smells like roach spray. I sprayed it on and my heart started hurting. It smelled like roach spray. And this is the Tribute Blue by Afnan. Worst fragrance in my collection. I actually wrote the owner and told him my heart hurt after I smelled it. Hey, anyway, don't buy Tribute Blue. Thank you for having me on. Hey, take care. It's your buddy Neil. Oh, one more thing. Chad, do this. Cuddles crew. Peace.
Alright guys, the camera now is on, so I'm gonna have to start talking. What's going on, guys? Thank you for inviting me for this collaboration. I'm just walking my dog, but just gonna do this video real quick. First scent that I hate the most, it calls Sandaluite from the House of Boys 1920. This scent smells like body odorish, like armpit, covered up with some freshness. I remember I had a sample of this scent a long time ago, and I wore it once going out, and people thought that I smell. I do smell, but not on that day. Seriously, I took a shower and I had to make sure that I smell great, but that scent was horrible. Okay, that was a bad experience for me personally, and I hated it ever since. Another one, Sacration Magnifique. That's another scent that I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are gonna mention it on this collab. Smells like sweat balls, all the crap and semen, all the crappy things combined together in one scent, and it smells horrible. I hate that scent as well. So this is pretty much it, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Chad, and thank you guys for watching me. Thank you for inviting me for this collaboration, and I'm done. Okay, bye.
Hi, my name is Mehdi from the channel Mehdi Scent, and today I bring to you the worst fragrance in my collection, and it is Her Money. There's also a His Money, but I haven't tried that one. Her Money doesn't even have a pyramid of notes, which is fine. It's just really not super common nowadays. It has a few notes here and there, has some freesia, some melons, and passion fruit. But mainly the essence of this perfume is that it should smell like bills, like money. That is essentially all it's supposed to smell like. And while I do think it's pretty cool that they did, I have some here, they did achieve that it smells exactly like bills and like money, it is a pretty strange concept. They mainly did it because they wanted people, they thought that people who smelled money on themselves would be more productive, you know, according to some studies that were done and whatnot. But yeah, it's just a pretty strange concept. I don't ever reach for this fragrance. I don't like smelling like literally bills. It's not really my cup of tea. So yeah, it's just not really, I think it's a very strange concept, and I think it's a very messy fragrance. So yeah, it's pretty much, I feel bad saying that, but it is pretty much the worst fragrance in my collection. So that was it. Thank you so much, Chad, for inviting me to participate.
Titan Fragrances here. Thanks for this opportunity, Chad. I want to say thank you so much. I definitely enjoy these collabs that you do. I know it's a lot of work. I'm gonna get right to it. Worst of my collection, I have a pretty sizable collection, and I do like a lot of different fragrances. So when I had to pick this, it was a little harder than I thought. But definitely one of the things about this one is it used to be a classic for me. It is labeled a classic, but I bought this and thinking it was gonna smell like it used to. It is nowhere near what I remember it to be. Maybe it's just being old. But the scent I got off of this was just horrible. It's cheap, that's a good thing. I didn't spend a lot of money, but whatever they did to us, the juice is not even right. Just a horrible. This has got to be the worst in my collection. We'll never wear this. From what I recall, the old one was just a classic, gentlemanly fragrance. If I could find an old bottle, I might try to get it, but this is trash. Wouldn't recommend it. All the other stuff I have, there are certain facets that I'm liking more and more as I develop, but Everyone out there, Lagerfeld Classic, horrible. Back to you guys. I do appreciate it. This opportunity again, Chad. Thank you very much.
Chad, thanks again, bro, for putting me on. All right, listen. The fragrance I like the least, Anici Cologne Sport. For one reason only. This is supposed to be a sport fragrance. No ginger. It's not uplifting. It's just precious woods, jasmine, patchouli, musk, and amber. So it's a sweet floral fragrance. That's the reason why I don't like this fragrance. Because it psyched the hell out of me, all right? Because I love sport fragrances. I'm a sport fragrance junkie. I love them. This thing here just pissed me off because it was neither of that. It wasn't energetic, wasn't uplifting, wasn't bright. It's just a sweet floral fragrance for men. Dark juice. The bottle kind of like, it's a golf ball. But even the bottle kind of like dumb. The fragrance ain't bad though. I just don't like it. Just don't like it. All right? But I don't hate it. Sweet floral. It's just going to be used for a different occasion. It's not sport. All right? So that's the reason why I don't like this fragrance, or I like it the least, because of the fact that the name confused the hell out of me. That is the exact reason I put this on the list, because of the name. All right? But it's rich in amber. The musk is nice. It's just not sport. All right? So change the damn name on this thing. All right? But anyway, thank my brother Chad for allowing me to be part of this collaboration again. Peace.
Hi Chad, thanks for inviting me on your video. You wanted the worst fragrance in my collection. I don't normally hold on to things I don't really like, but had a quick look and I've picked this one. It's, excuse the bloody finger, I had an unboxing accident. This is Isinyaki's L'Odyssée Rose and Rose. It's a watery rose. The initial spray is quite pretty. It's a sweet, very pink girly rose. Quite pleasant, but very light, doesn't last too long, and I just don't feel inspired to wear it. So I wouldn't say it's bad, but I've worn it to review. Sometimes I use it as an air freshener, but in general with the collection I've got, it's just never ever gonna get any use. So the worst fragrance in my collection is L'Odyssée's Rose and Rose.
Greetings, Earthlings and Frag Commies. My name is Luke. I am Poe, and the worst fragrance in my collection is also the fragrance that looks most likely to murder me in my sleep. That's Toy Boy by Moschino. And if that Italian pronunciation just blew your mind, first off, you're welcome. And second off, I know. And third off, the tip behind that trick is to picture the word spaghetti in your brain, mind, organ, whole thing. And then you picture yourself as you're in the movie The Godfather and how you would say the word spaghetti. And it's something like this. Spaghetti al Moschino Hakuna Matata. Which is African, I think. Not even close to Italian. So this fragrance is floral, powdery, spicy, and a touch sweet. It's got rose, magnolia, nutmeg, and some pear to kind of give it that little bit of sweetness. It is a fragrance that smells nothing like my collection and nothing that I've ever smelled before. And typically that's the kind of thing that gets me going. This one didn't. And that's okay, because my wife loves it. I had a tester, didn't jive with me. She finished out the tester, and now we've got this thing that haunts us in our nightmares. Next reviewer, por favor.
Hey Chad, thanks for having me on your channel. My name is Joe, and I'm with JoeSCENTMe. This was a very difficult challenge for me because I typically am not a fan of dissing fragrances. I mean, what may be good for me is bad for somebody else. What may be bad for me may be good for somebody else. So I had to really dig deep to find what I'm about to show you. So there's these guys right here from Walmart. These are designer imposters. They come in plastic bottles. They're okay. They smell okay. the thing about them is the performance on these suck. I mean, what do you get for $5, you know? So for me, this will be probably my least favorite perfume in my collection, but they are kind of fun to have and just to compare. So there we go, Chad. Now we'll go on to the next person.
Chad, what's good, my guy? Thanks for having me in this collaboration video. I'll be brief here. So we're talking about fragrances that are the worst within our collection. Now, I know that there are fragrances for everyone, and this one just isn't for me. And it's not that this one is bad, it just doesn't sit well with me. Now, this one comes from a company called Hercules Man. This one is called La Cagna or something of that nature. This one is just not my speed at all. I could tell this is like all natural ingredients in this thing, but doesn't work well for me. There's some type of floral-esque type of feel, and it feels kind of muddy, and it looks muddy as well. So not one that I'm rocking with, and I just don't recommend it. So there you have it, Chad. La Cagna from Hercules Man is on my no-go list.
Hello good people, what's going on? Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. This is Joy here, your known face, known bro since 2016. Thank you, Chad, very much for your wonderful, kind invite. As usual, you have made me the star that I am today. I'm just kidding. So today we're doing a topic called that show us your 2 worst fragrances or 1 worst fragrance that you have in your collection. I love my fragrances. I usually do not like something, I get rid of it, okay? I got rid of many fragrances, but I still have 2 that I never wear, okay? I'm gonna show them. Thankfully, they're not expensive. One is Jack Bogart House One Man Show. This is called Gold Edition, okay? This smells like straight up butt, alright? I'm sorry to say, don't like that at all. Second one, Jaguar for Men, the green leather fragrance. These 2 can never ever pull off. I never wear, I can swear. I never reach for them. So these 2 are my only fragrances I never wear, alright? So I guess those are the 2. They are the culprits in my collection. So thank you for watching. Thank you, Chad, very much for your invite. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the whole collab work. It's going to be very interesting. Have a nice day. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Hello, my name's Tony and I'm from the channel Fragdicted. Thank you so much for Chad for all your hard work in putting this awesome collaboration together of people's worst fragrances. Now, my worst fragrance that I've ever picked up is from Zara, and it's called Bergamot and Lavender. Now let me run through the notes with you. It's got bergamot and lavender. Why do I hate it so much? Let me describe it to you. Imagine your nan has just had a bath and she has emptied a whole bag of lavender salts into that bath. And then once she's out of the bathroom, she's left that bath water in there full of all this lavender. It doesn't necessarily smell bad, but would you want to get in the bath? No. That's how I would describe this fragrance. It's quite safe to say I don't like it. But I blind bought it, it's my own fault. So that is my worst fragrance. Thanks again to Chad. I'll hopefully see you all again soon.
What's up, guys? Israel from Dollars and Cents here. So Chad has invited me to be on another collaboration video. This time it's what is the worst fragrance in my collection. But this fragrance does kind of really start off with a, just to kind of plainly put it, a barnyard type of, this fragrance sort of has that wet, resinous, deep, dark, earthy, manure almost type of smell. Again, doesn't smell completely like, you know, poopy or fecal, but it has a little bit of that kind of throws me off in the opening. The dry down is actually really nice, you know, but I'm a big fan of the opening of fragrances. So my worst fragrance in my collection right now, the honors are going to have to go to Tiziana Terenzi's Ladano Nero, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. But so thanks again to Chad for having me on this video. I always feel very special for being on these videos, and I appreciate him doing this for the community and putting us all together as a community to share this video and our thoughts of our worst fragrances with you guys. So guys, please follow me on my channel, Dollars and Cents, and on to the next reviewer.
I'm home, and I brought pizza.
Ooh, pizza. Okay. I love pizza, and clearly I'm crazy about perfume, so why not? Surely 2 great things go great together, right? Saucy, spicy, cheesy. Oh no, I'm starting to get queasy. Pizza from Demeter Fragrance Library. Bold and original concept. Perfect execution. The results? Absolutely horrific. Without a doubt, pizza is the absolute worst fragrance in my collection. Thanks for nothing, Chad. The things I do for you.
Hey, Chad. Hey, thanks for inviting me onto your channel. Hey, the worst smelling fragrance in my collection, without a shadow of a doubt, is this by Swiss Arabian. I don't even know how this ended up in my stash, man. I'm going to assume that I must have just gotten a bad bottle or something, because this stuff, holy crap, this stuff literally smells like cat piss and gasoline. It is just absolutely foul. And, you know, I mean, it's a really nice looking bottle, but I think I just got a bad bottle or something, because it smells. I mean, I would send this to you to sniff, but honestly, I think if the Canadian Post found out that this was on its way to you, it would be deemed like a biohazard at the border, and they destroy it. This is not good, man. Actually, as an aside, I'd love to smell a different bottle of this to see if it's as bad as this. Hope all's well, my man. Take care.
Greetings, I'm your boy Jack, coming to you straight out of Kingston, Jamaica. So first, let me thank my bro Chad over at A Gentleman's Journey for asking me to do this collaboration with him. So Chad, come on bro, you asked me to highlight the worst fragrance in my collection. First thing, if it's that bad of a fragrance, it won't be in my collection, period. Okay, so the one that is the worst fragrance I have ever smelt is actually in a decant size. This is a 5 ml I received from a member in Fragcom, and the fragrance is Amawaj Myth Man. Let me tell you this one straight. This is like ram, a ram urinated on himself. Okay, the process of basically reproduction, or to attract a mate itself, is where the male goat usually urinates on himself just to give off the scent to attract a female. This is the scent that I get from this fragrance, and I hate it so much. I don't even like to spray this one, much less smell it. It disgusts me, okay? So I really don't understand how persons like the smell of this one. But again, you asked me to just highlight the worst fragrance in my collection, and it is actually a decant, again, Amawaj Myth Man. So on to the next guy.
Hello everybody, my name is Mehdi from Mehdi Scent channel. The worst fragrance that I've ever smelled in entire my life is Tobacco Oud by Tom Ford. Man, I'm so glad I just have a little decant. This fragrance is very difficult to like and easily at top 5 worst fragrances that I've ever smelled in entire my life. Thank you chat for having me, see you around.
Hey ladies and gentlemen, I'm Steven.
I'm Carlos.
And Chad, thank you so much for having us be a part of this collaboration. We sincerely do appreciate it, and we thank you for inviting us on your channel. So today we're going to be discussing our least favorite fragrances in our collection, just fragrances that we don't like for whatever reason, either because they're challenging or we just don't like the smell. And since it's 2 of us, you'll give us 2 minutes for this collaboration video, right Carlos?
Yes, I hope so.
So we'll start with you because you are the guest. So what is your least favorite?
Okay, a little backstory. You can certainly learn to love something that you hated at first, and vice versa.
Yep.
This particular company, the one that I chose, I used to own a travel spray or a sample. I think it was a travel spray, and because I love this company. It's from Le Labo. It's Queer 28. I was just so repulsed when I smelled this. I sent it away. I don't own it anymore, so it's a prop. It's his bottle.
It's actually my bottle, yeah.
I gave away my travel size to Josh Meyer for a funny story. So yeah, this one is one that I just don't like. It's too challenging to wear, and I know some people who absolutely love it, but for me it's too challenging. It's just way too much. I just can't get down with this one at all.
No, I completely respect that, and of course it's a certain combination of notes that is not necessarily going to work for everybody. And the one that I chose from my collection, yes, I actually did purchase this one. There was a sale at Henry Bendel when they were going out of business in terms of their fragrances. The company is still around, and yes, Carlos was actually there that day, and I purchased this one for a really good price, and it's a gag, it's a novelty item at this point.
It's a gag, all right.
You will gag when you smell it. It's by Etat Libre d'Orange, and it's called Secretions Magnifiques, which translates to magnificent secretions. And it's amazing to me because the OGs in the community, they've smelled this one, they know how bad it is, and then you have some newer reviewers who admit that they've never smelled it. That's good. Don't smell it. There's no urgency here. You have a Papanax, coconut, aldehydes, a lot of seemingly interesting and pleasant ingredients, but the combination is not so pleasant. This one is supposed to smell like bodily fluids. Not good.
Yeah, blood and other things, and this is really, when I was with the Good Smellers many years ago, like when we would go to events, like they would spray it on somebody unknowingly, and then they're like, what the hell's that smell?
It lingers, yeah.
Yeah, and we got into a car. It was with Funkinator. He was driving to the train station. I'm going to finish this up real quick. And it was Yosh Han from Yosh Perfumes.
Sure.
In the back, she says, oh my God, what is that putrid smell? Somebody sprayed it on front.
Oh my God.
So, yeah. That's
Thank you
our
for
submission.
sharing. We've overstayed our welcome. Thank you so much, Chad. We really do appreciate it. We're curious to see what everybody else has picked.
Bye.
Bye.
I just want to say thank you to everybody who has participated. Everybody's link will be down below. Hopefully you guys had some fun and enjoyed this very video. It really wasn't your typical video. We'll always be like positive, which, you know, nobody wants to be negative. It's just draining. But hopefully this type of negativity was actually entertaining and really wasn't much of a downer. So guys, if you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, share the video, subscribe if you haven't, hit that notification bell. We, not me, we thank you for your time, take care, and we will see you later. Thanks for watching, everybody.